The term GOAT, it's used to associate people like Messi, Ronaldo, Kanye West, people that are legends in the industries that are in. Well, this is a legend too. This is the greatest of all time Mustang ever built. My name is Evo and you're watching Gaudin X. Now you're probably sitting there watching on your computer, your phone, whatever it may be, and you're thinking to yourself, how could he say that this is the greatest Mustang of all time? That's controversial. It may be. There have been other legends. The 1966 GT350 Hertz Rent Racer, awesome car. The 1967 GT500, awesome car. The modern day GT500, awesome car. But all of those things are missing something that this car has, and it's underneath this hood, which we'll get to in a second. But first off, also look at it. I think the S550 is, if not the greatest looking Mustang ever. I mean, look at it, specifically the GT350. It is super aggressive. You have this way more aggressive front grille. You have this extended front splitter, which says Shelby on it to make sure you know what you're looking at. You have these nice looking wheels. You have those massive Brembo calipers in the front and the rear, as well as the rotors. And then that massive rear wing. I mean, this is a performance car if I've ever seen one. This thing is no joke. You see those warning signs back there? They're not there to tell you to stay off that property. Oh no. They're there to tell you that if you see this on the track, you're done for. You better watch out. Now, the outside isn't the only great part about the S550 GT350. The interior is by far one of the nicest Mustang interiors Ford's ever made. I mean, it does have a lot of throwbacks to the 60s. You see the two double humps up here. Very 1960s first generation Mustang-esque. You do have these very nice seats in the GT350. These are the comfort seats. You can also get Recaro bucket seats. These ones are heated and cooled, and they're leather. You have nice stitching, and then you have, of course, the suede in the middle, which is awesome. The interior overall is a very big step up from the S197. You do have some plastics in here, not as much as the older ones. And with the GT350, you also get different colored dials. So if you look at these dials, they're actually more of a titanium color, not just a regular plastic silverish color. They look very nice, and it matches very well with this ruby red tricoat that's painted on the outside. You have suede all over, you have leather stitching, and then of course you have this, which is the greatest transmission ever built in a Mustang. I will argue with anybody on that. You have these fighter style buttons up here for obviously your hazards, your traction, launch control, and then my favorite button in here, which is the exhaust button, because when you flick that button, it makes it sound like it's a bat out of hell. Let me let you guys listen real quick. Yeah, it's insane, but you also have this suede steering wheel with different modes. It is a nice place to be, and by far one of the nicest Mustang interiors. For those of you good Samaritans that have been patient, let's go ahead and pop the treasure chest, and let me show you what's hiding underneath here. Now, we have what truly makes the GT350 the greatest Mustang. This right here is Ford's 5.2 liter naturally aspirated, codenamed Voodoo V8. And why is this one of the greatest V8s ever made? Because it has a flat plane crank V8. What are some other cars that use a flat plane crank V8? Things like a Ferrari 458, a Ferrari 430, you know, very expensive exotic cars. This is a regular Mustang with the same type of design. Now, Ford went absolutely to town when they designed this car. You have carbon fiber composite all over. The whole front radiator support is carbon composite. You, of course, also have, as I said, one of the greatest transmissions mated to this 5.2 liter. You have a Tremec 6-speed, which it doesn't matter what you do to it, you're not going to destroy that transmission because it's literally one of the greatest transmissions ever built. It's insane. But this makes about 525 horsepower, and you may be thinking to yourself, well, the GT500 makes 750. That's true, but this is insane. I mean, this has plenty of power. Trust me, you're in second gear, you're driving through some canyons, you're carving them out, and you're just full throttle in the turns, and this thing does not move because of that special suspension that Ford designed when they built the specific car. This thing is an absolute beast, and it's by far one of the greatest Mustangs ever built. All right, so we're out in the Shelby GT350 Mustang, and you can automatically just hear it. You have that sweet exhaust, and I mean, this thing is an absolute beast, you guys. It is, as I said, 5.2 liter, naturally aspirated V8, codenamed Voodoo, 525 horsepower, and I have it in sport mode with the steering and everything, so let's see. What an absolute beast. It's an absolute just canyon carving monster. I mean, this thing is designed to be on these back roads, and we found this sweet spot like just right outside Tijuana here, and it is sick. I mean, the car is, it performs so well, and this one's a 2017, so it does not have the active rev matching like the 2018 ones and up do. So unfortunately, I'm having to rev match myself, which, let's be honest here, most car people prefer to do it themselves than, you know, have the machine do it. But this thing is so sweet. I mean, the Tremec is such a nice transmission, and this one probably has a short shifter on it because the gears are, the shift points are so short between each one. So this is third to fourth. I mean, it's just so automated. It's so nice, and it feels really good. The clutch is so good. This specific car only has 6,000 miles on it, so it's barely been driven over the last, what has it been, 6-7 years? Yeah, about 6 years. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's a one owner. It's painted in the right color, ruby red. I would personally go with the white one with blue stripes, but I mean, I would take this one, you know, oh, I would take this one. But yeah, right here in this turn, we downshift to third. I mean, you're just moving. This thing is, it drives so nice. I do have it set up in, as I said, in the sport mode. So there's a mode button right here on the Shelbys. You just push it and it puts the suspension, the steering, and the exhaust in sport mode, and it just feels so good. I mean, there's a reason this car was at the top of its class when it came out on the track, and it was beating a lot of cars that had automatics, because if you guys didn't know, the GT350 only comes as a manual, which is a good thing. I'm glad they did that. And then of course the 500 is only that dual clutch, but you know, that's a lot more power. So for some of you at home thinking, oh, 525 isn't enough power in this thing, you know, Mustangs should have this and this, guys, trust me, it has enough power. This thing's an absolute beast, and it almost feels like at above like 4,000 when you're flooring it, the car pushes more. So I think it's something to do with the valves and the adjustments of the cams, but this thing's an absolute monster. I'm gonna downshift to second. Oh, let me give you guys a little bit of a window. Oh my God. No, this car's intoxicating. This car will get you in a lot of trouble because it just makes you want to push it. I mean, all I want to do is floor it. I just want to listen to it. But you guys let me know down below what you think of the GT350. I think, in my opinion, this is the GOAT. This is the greatest Mustang ever built, and it's going to take a lot for me to get my mind changed. I think we're going to do a comparison video between this and a dark horse, because the dark horse is essentially the GT350, but in the S650 generation. So we'll see. We will see what happens, but I'm very excited. But let me know down below what you guys think of the GT350. I think it's an absolute beast, and we'll see you in the next video.